In this video, we're going to discuss how to handle gift cards when you're using it to purchase cost of goods sold. This is a very common occurrence for sellers that are using online arbitrage or retail arbitrage as a method of sourcing. They will buy the gift cards from sites such as Raise, like we have here, Card Cash, and there's multiple other websites you potentially can buy them from. We've also seen some sellers purchase them from other places as well. Really, the answer we're going to give in this specific video isn't specifically about whether you should or should not use them. It's mostly how to use them when it comes down to accounting and how to account for those. Now, a lot of sellers that are using arbitrage-based sourcing, they're typically using some sort of software like Inventory Lab or using Seller Board to track all of their inventory. If you're using one of those sorts of tools, the easiest way to handle your cost of goods sold specifically in regards to gift cards is to take the amount of money that you had spent on a gift card, and that's what you enter in for your cost of goods sold, or your buy costs in Inventory Lab or Seller Board. Basically, you have to think of it this way: is let's say, for example, you are purchasing $1,000 worth of stuff, and you paid for gift cards for that $1,000. You only paid $800 for it. So your cost of goods sold will be $800 for those items that you purchase. Now, obviously, there's going to be multiple items purchased underneath that receipt. So what you would do is you would say, well, there's a 20% discount on all of your items. So you would take each individual item that you have, multiply it by 20% discount, and then that's what you would enter into Inventory Lab or Seller Board as your buy costs. Now, same deal as if you bought, like, let's say, a $1,000 gift card, you paid $800 for it, but then you actually, bought $1,500 worth of stuff. So obviously, you're paying the extra $500 on a credit card or some sort of other method of payment. So you basically would take that $800, the $200 discount, and you would divide that by the total amount that you paid, which would then give you the full discount percentage that you had off the full amount. So in this example, it'll be 200 divided by 1,500, and you'd calculate what that number is, and then that would be a discount percentages versus a 20% discount that we said for $200 off of $1,000. And then you just take that discount percentage and put it across all the individual items. That realistically is the easiest way to handle it. Now, let's say, for example, you choose to not do it that way, or you're not using any sort of inventory-based software to track your inventory. Then what do you do? Well, in that case, typically what will happen is that you're probably using cash-based accounting in these cases, where you're just keeping track of how much stuff you bought. So generally what happens in those cases is you're going to have all of your gift cards that you purchase is immediately written off as far as cost of goods sold. And then what will happen is that during tax time, when we actually need to calculate for taxes, we will figure out, you'll need to know as of December 31st, how much of that gift cards do you have left. So again, if you spent, let's say, $800 for a $1,000 gift card and you used $500 of that gift card, then you would have $500 of active value still left in that card, and that's the adjustment that we would make at the end of the year. So realistically, when it boils down to it, for tax purposes, at the end, we pretty much just need to know specifically if you're using Inventory Lab or Seller Board. We'll go in, we'll grab how much your cost of goods sold is specifically off those buy costs you entered. So that would be option one. Option two is you tell us everything that you bought and then tell us what your number was at the end of the year, and then we calculate the difference based off of that. For tax purposes, those are basically the two ways that we handle that. So if you have any other specific questions regarding the cost of goods sold for gift card purchases, feel free to let us know, but that's the general basis of how you should handle it.